Hello guys. Welcome once again. This is a PC One Home Education and the scholarships link. Today is a good time once again because we are having something very special for you. You should remember last time we had a good discussion about how to apply the KNB scholarship, which is Indonesian government scholarship, and which actually has opened the application for the year 2023. So we shared a lot on how you can apply that particular scholarship. And if it's your first time to visit this website, actually you will find that discussion, that video on this platform, on this channel. So PC One Home Education and Scholarships link today is going to share about how you can, come up with a good structure of a motivation statement. As it was also among the documents asked in that scholarship we discussed. And if you remember, I promised that I will go to work on this document and come up with the tips, especially a guiding hints on how you can really structure an excellent, statement that will really help you to your application. So today we already here, and we will share the hints, the tips that will guide you on writing a piece of statement that will really convince the selection committee. So here we go today. If it's your first time to visit this website, we recommend you, subscribe because PC One Home Education Scholarships link for the year 2023, is dedicating, to put more energy to collect the opportunities across the world, and it actually bring them here, guide you very nice how you can easily apply. So come with me. Let's take a look on the important elements of the motivation statement for applying KNB scholarship or Indonesian government scholarship. Actually, be reminded, this statement is useful for any scholarships from across the world where you are applying. So it's not just tied for or limited to Indonesian government scholarship. No. You can use this structure. You can use there's tips, there's hints to structure or to write another piece of statement or motivation statement or motivation letter to any other scholarship that you apply. Of course, we are sharing here a lot of scholarships, so hope this statement will be useful to most of you who are passionate about scholarship applications. So let's take a look about these tips that you should include in your writing. So part one, first of all, you have to, introduce yourself by your name. What's your name? What was your previous education measure that you did? And of course, the name of the university or college where you attended. Then why are you interested or think you qualify in that particular major or study program you're applying? Why do you think you are a better candidate for the program that you are looking to apply? You might be looking to apply maybe bachelor degree level or master degree level or doctoral level of education and interested in a particular specific program. For example, you are interested in applying master degree in biochemistry. So why are you interested in that particular major? So at this question, you have to show, you have to you write how the program that you are applying is actually related to your previous education background. So you have to say, like, you did this program in your previous education, so you would like to add more knowledge by studying the particular major of your choice. So it's better if you can also include some of the sound modules or subjects that you undertook in your previous degree program or in your previous education. So you can just mention, like, a few of the modules of the subjects. It might be 3, 4, and you don't mention all of the modules, because you just want to show the connection, like you did this in your previous education and you had this example of the modules. So this makes you qualify, or like bring the interest in you to further your education in that area you are looking to apply, that major you are looking to apply, that program of study you are looking to apply. Next hint, let's try to see. So you have to write about your work experience. You might have one opportunity to do full-time jobs or work, or it might be part-time related, or this experience. You have to write. Maybe you had a supervisor role. Maybe you held a farm manager or a manager position somewhere. So you have to write that that role you held. Or it might be a volunteer or internship opportunities that you had. So you have to write the exact role that you held. And actually here it doesn't end up there mentioning the role that you held. Now you should connect with the skills you gained while holding that particular job position. And the skills that you devised to mention here should be directly related to postgraduate or graduate studies. And I suggest you include skills like communication skills, research skills, like data collection, data analysis, you see, because that is directly related to postgraduate or graduate studies. So it might be time management. As a student, you should be able to manage your time very well in order to succeed in your studies. So you have to mention the skills that directly related to what you are currently going to do. So the next thing, in case when your previous results was not that much convincing, I mean, it might be your GPA, grade point average, or CCGPA. So you have to write about that a bit. Have to give a reason. Probably the unconvincing results was because you had to do both during your previous education. Like you had to work part-time in order to, maybe you were funding by your yourself. So you had to work for a part-time in order to get money, to support you through your studies. So that probably might be a cause for you to not focusing very well in the class, and they accelerated the results, which is not convincing. And you just write one sentence or two. So elaborate a bit what caused it and how your work experience. Probably after your education, you might had an opportunity, as I mentioned there, to work as a full-time or part-time basis. It might be some programs on training, workshops, some online, courses, or it might be yes, workshops, as I said. Probably those opportunity, they gave you a platform now to improve on your previous education. So it's like a supplementation. So you have to connect that to convince, the admission committee. Think that will be nice. And part two, why did you choose that particular school? You have to include, you have to write, why did you choose that school, that college, that department? And it is very important to, to customize, not to be general, just to customize the specific, to be specific. I mean, so if you are talking about the school in general, then you customize to the level narrow your, you are writing to your department where you are applying, because this will give the good impression, like, oh wow, this candidate already know about their school, about the department where he or she's going to, to start. So you have to explain how you had the time to explore the school college website. And you remember in the last discussion on the in our video that we discussed about how to apply Indonesian government scholarship, I already showed you on how you can explore the website of the school or college where you're applying and get more information. So in here now, you have to to write down, like, you found interesting information, like ranking, or how that particular school or college is being ranked or recognized. It might be at national level, like maybe it's ranked, like, let's say 10th, you see, or it might be regional wise or global wise. So you have to talk about that. It might be research facilities that you found of best location, like, oh wow, the campus, the department is located at beautiful place. So you like to go to explore, to start, studying at a beautiful location. It had something to add, yes, for student. So it might be people's diversity, like, oh wow, you came across the number of students from different geographical location, the cultural background that you are admitted at the particular university. So you're interested now to, to meet the diversity, to be able to interact it, to learn from different corner of the world. This also would be a reason for you to choose the particular school or college. It might be education quality, which is also, I think, similar to ranking, the quality of the research, because they're having good research facilities. So the quality of education is good. And you might include potential lecturers that you found, maybe at the department level, potential lecturers whose research projects align to your goals. So if you cite one lecturer whose areas of research focus is direct related to yours, you can cite him or her. This will actually give the good picture or image, like, oh, this is best candidate because he already know what he is going to do. Then you have to write how you are willing to share the skills you possess, because going for a studies, it's not just you are going to get the knowledge or skill, but you already have like a previous experience. You have a lot of skills, so please, you have to show your willingness to to share with the community, with the diversity community that you are going to meet at the campus. But also it might be the willingness to to do some tasks or assignments as offered to you by lecturer, by department or school. So you have to write like how you are willing to do so. Then you have to talk how your degree program or measure of interest at a particular university is well packed or structured with the subject or coursework or modules you love and important to your future career path. So if you cite your measure, for example, you're interested in a master degree in entomology, so probably one of the subject is IPM, Integrated Insect Pest Management. So you have to mention like, oh wow, I'm interested in this project, in this measure, because it's well packed with the like subjects like IPM, like Integrated Insect Pest Management. And this is very important for me because in the future, maybe you want to work as insect control officer at a particular agricultural company. So you have to show that kind of connection. Then explain a few shocks to expect while studying abroad and how you will manage them. So, actually getting into new environment, which you are not familiar about, it comes with some shocks. It might be cultural shocks, like foods, because you are familiar with your traditional local food at your home country. But when you relocate to new country, you might find it different food. So you might face some kind of shocks, to be able to adapt now to the food system. It might be language system, it might be homesickness. Sometimes you feel, I mean, you miss your home, you miss your parents, your friends. So have to write a bit about that. Now, how are you going to cope with that situation? Because if you don't know the shocks that you are going to meet and how you're going to cope with them, it might bring a challenge for you. Sometimes it might bring stress, so it's better to know these shocks and how you plan to cope with or to manage. It might be weather shocks, weather related shocks. For example, you are from hotter country and you are going for a studies cold country, so you have to search to know the country where you are going. So in order to know the weather condition, the climate condition, is it hot? Is it, is it cold? So if you are from, for example, you are from tropical country, and you are going to cold country, so you might have that idea how you are going to manage. And if if you cite this example, the selection committee will really understand like this person already know like where he's going, like where he's coming from, and where he's going. So this will aid, will aid qualification for you to be considered. So you have to mention like if it's hot, if it's cold, like you're already interested, to get in a cold condition because you have been living in a hot climate. So it's interesting for you to get into cold condition and how you will probably insulate yourself with the clothing material. Yes. So for the shocks, it might like a yes, language barrier, because you are entering the new culture. Sometimes the language, they're different, especially in the pronunciation, how you spell, how you pronounce, these things, there might be different. So how are you going to, to manage? It might be maybe building like a friendship with the indigenous people to be able to learn from them, and some shocks. Yeah, you might plan probably to engage in sports, and especially during your spare time, and go for a sports, interact with the people, with the new people, in order to, to reduce the tension of these shocks. Well, and what is your plan to benefit your community, country with knowledge and skills gained, and to the funding country? So, what's your plan? Because you will go for your program for your start, and then you will get skill and knowledge. So, what's your plan? If you remember in our last discussion about the Carnegie Scholarship, because they are giving you a platform for you to gain skill. So you have to speak, you have to write a bit. How will that now, benefit you personally, your community, and your country? But also it's important, to write how the funding country will also benefit from you, because they are giving you an opportunity. And are you planning to become a good ambassador of this country, which is funding your studies? Ambassador in different perspectives, in terms of culture, in terms of economics, in terms of social. So you have to, to connect in order for these people to really understand, oh, wow, this is best candidate, because he's going to use the knowledge and skills in this way. So he will impact this community, this group of people, okay? If you are, probably you are working, and when you finish your studies, you will go back to your work position. So how are you going to improve things at your position? How are you going to improve your work to be more productive compared to the time before, before you go for the studies? Then part 4, then elaborate a belief about your future career plan. What's your future career plan? Where do you see yourself within a specific time period after your studies? Because you will go for your bachelor degree, probably 4 years. For your master degree, probably 3 years. And for your PhD, probably 4 or 3 years, depends. So now, after your studies, where do you see yourself? What do you plan to do? What is your future career work? Do you plan to work as a researcher, for example, or do you plan to work as a development, let's say, officer at World Bank? At a particular company that you would love to work there? Do you plan to work as chemist, as biologist? So you have to write about that. Like in the future, after your studies, you hope to work as a research officer, maybe a crop research officer, or a food security researcher at company X. You see, so actually that level of education will give you the qualification, just only the qualification, for example, master degree, that the qualification, of course, the qualification with the knowledge and skill, but still you have to connect now on how you will realize your future career work or career job. So you probably, mention some of the efforts that you will be doing together beside your studies. For example, you would explore the digital platform, the social networks, how you will connect with the seniors in the area of your future work or of your future career. So you connect with those seniors for to get an opportunity to learn from them. How did they get there where they are? Because you also like to get there. So you probably plan that kind of like a connection, like networking, to get to learn from different people. But probably also plan to have side courses, just side courses that you can apply to to improve your understanding, your knowledge, especially those specific knowledge which is related to your future career plan. So that's how you are preparing to get there. So hope this statement, this structure, these tips would be essential for you while um, planning to compose or to write a convincing statement. It might be motivation statement or personal statement. So this structure can be used for both, for motivation statement or personal statement. So once again, you are welcome. We'll keep sharing a lot of scholarships here. So please, if it's your first time to visit the website, we recommend you to subscribe in order to receive the notification of many updates that we are uploading here on this channel every day. Okay, good luck. If you have any query, any challenge, please write in the comment section and you will be able to respond as soon as possible.